Mr. Eggplant presents.
Hey guys, Tyler here, and thank you for checking out this video. This is going to be a very quick first impressions on my first night of raiding after the Dark Ranger Marksman Hunter buffs. And let me tell you, at least for single target, Dark Ranger Marksman Hunter is back. It was so much fun to play. The damage was there. You're going to see that here in just a second. We're going to look at a few of my logs from raid tonight. It was a ton of fun to play. It was very smooth and very fluid, which was one of the issues I had just a couple of days ago that I was complaining about, where it just really didn't feel great to play. Well, now it does, and it brings the damage along with it. I still would have really liked to see them revert Withered Fire, but if they do that, it might be a little too strong, and I don't want to see the nerf bat. But let's look at some of my heroic logs here really quick, and then the build that I'm using in each one of these is found down in the description of the video. It should be like the top line. If you want to plug and chug, go into LFR, try it in your raid, that sort of thing. So Vexy, first boss in there, I did a pure single target build, and then like 99%, 99% across the board, like doing some tremendous damage. Let's go ahead and look at what our damage breakdown would be overall. So Black Arrow is by far the #1 damage. Actually, the biggest hit on this fight was during the burn phase, which was 15.3 million. That's not typical. That's doing double damage on Vexy, and that was during this time. But if you can have your true shot up when you have your lust, or when there is a big like damage burn phase, you can do so much damage. And I just obliterated the charts here during this lust. Even after True Shot was over, you can see where True Shot would end. I still had a ton of damage there. And then the top 4 damage is what I expected in the order I expected, which is Black Arrow, Aim Shot, Master Marksman, and Rapid Fire. Now, Rapid Fire's percentage is a lot lower than it has been, but remember, it drives the ship as well, because there is so many different things that you have to do to help get the Black Arrow damage or the aim shot damage to where it is, where you have to get your precise shots by casting the aim shot to then empower your kill shot, or your Black Arrow with your precise shots, thanks to I forget the ability, Deadeye. I can actually go look. I don't know why I should. Don't guess. Headshot. There we go. But just the little things like that. And then the synergy with the 2 set, where it gives you faster auto attacks, coupled with In the Rhythm, which also gives you faster auto attacks. More auto attacks means more chances that you can get your death blow procs or your lock and loads. Lock and load feels really good to press. It's a free instant cast aim shot that's automatic charge. Also, with the 4 set, it gives you an explosive shot that hits for 300%. Technically speaking, 315 now. Just some tremendous synergy here. Now, I do think that it's going to fall flat, or not going to be nearly as good for AoE for now. I'm not sure where they would need to increase the damage. I would assume it'd be in the form of bleak powder, but then there's also some cheese that can happen there. So I'm not sure exactly what they're going to have to do with AoE. But if I can play this for single target and I can play Sentinel for AoE, done. You don't have to sell me on anything else, and I'm going to have a heck of an experience on my Marksman Hunter. Let's look at some of these others here really quick. So like Cauldron of Carnage, I use a single target build there as well. 99, 97. And then I will say, I know that, this is skewed a little bit because this is with a buff, and then all these other previous numbers that it's parsing against don't have the buff. But keep in mind, Dark Ranger's, most of its buffs was because it was doing so poorly. So this was, if anything, just to bring it back up to where it should have been all along. Because like, if you looked at people's tier lists, for example, if you put any weight into those, Dark Ranger wasn't even on there. Like, they just said don't even bother because it was so far behind. But now, single target, it is back in a big way. But like parsing here pretty high. Like I did like a 6 million burst here. I still need to work on the opening rotation, but it's getting there. Casted Black Arrow 34 times, got 51 casts of aim shot. So we're getting a bunch of procs, we're getting a bunch of freebies, lock and loads, that sort of thing. And then let's look at some other fights here real quick before I let you guys go. Rick Reverb. So this was one of my best reverb fights that I think I've done once it decides to load the data. Yeah, 95, 85, a little bit lower on the item level there, but still some tremendous damage overall. And this is against other heroic players. So this is against other most likely Sentinel marksman hunters for that data. And Styx Bunk Junker, I did want to point out this one here. So 97, 85, this was the lone fight that I did Sentinel on. So you can see when we had all the guys grouped up together, and we had a nice burn there at the end. But explosive shot damage in an AoE situation is huge right now. It's because it is uncapped. It hits I think it's your main target +5 for full damage, and then everything else for lesser amounts of damage. But it's still technically speaking uncapped. And this build here, which I did how much? I ended up doing 3 point. That's rolling rubbish. Good lord, I did not do that. 2.48 million, and that was in my Mythic Plus build. So I'll have that down in the description as well. And then one last thing, let's look at we looked at Rick Reaver, we look at Bunk Junker. Let's look at something like Muggsy, where there's a little bit more movement. So like we're still getting really great damage, and the nice thing is you didn't have to worry about, should I use my rapid fire, should I not, should I hold it for 5 or 10 seconds, is the boss gonna move? You don't have to worry about that. You can turn your brain off and you can have fun. You can just do the crazy damage, have fun. The nice thing is that when in your opener rotation, if you get a Deathblow proc, just use it in place of your arcane shot. So done. It's going to do 25% more damage, and it's already doing more damage because of the buffs. So this is just my very brief overview and just kind of like first look at the damage we were doing. We're seeing some tremendous damage. And so I need to work on my opener burst, but if you can have it up for priority targets, or you can have your true shot up during burn phases or lusts, man, does it feel really, really good. And it does tons of damage. It's easy to play. It's fun to play. You can move around fairly well as well. Like, for example, that's one of the reasons I wanted to show Muggsy here, is that there can be a decent amount of movement there. And this is all at 658 item level. So all this information is freely available if you guys want to check out my guild's logs. I will put a link to them down in the description of the video. But I'll have some more Dark Ranger content out soon. I just wanted to share what my thoughts were on the initial updates and buffs. It is very good, and I can't wait to share more videos with you guys very soon. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time.